Right, we're here today, day 2 of the silage harvester event here in Clonmel. But I've just managed to corner this lad here. So this is Ross Skimming. Ross is, well, he can tell you himself who he is now in a minute, but he's the John Deere man, representative here for the couple of days. But Ross, develop that a little bit more. What do you do? Well, firstly, welcome to TFM.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Ireland.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Enjoying it so far. We've had a lot of customers through the doors already.
Good.
So my name's Ross Skimming. So I'm the Harvesting Territory Sales Manager for John Deere.
There's a mouthful.
It is.
Basically, you looked after the silage harvesters.
Yep, I specialise. I specialise in things with big wheels at the front, as I like to say. And that's taken me now. So I now cover kind of the northwest England. Wales, West Midlands, and now the whole of the island of Ireland.
Okay.
And sure, keeps me busy.
Right. Well, what we tend to do in these cab sessions, we're very interested in the individual, but we're also very interested in the career path. So I'm going to bring you way back to the equivalent of the Irish Leaving Cert, which is, I don't know what it is in England to give it the exact term,
yeah.
But most of us threw our school bags over the nearest fence, ditch, river or whatever, but you didn't quite do that. So talk to us a little bit. Well, your background first, because your dairy background at home.
Yeah. So I'm from a family farm back at home, near just outside in Dumfries and Galloway, southwest Scotland.
Okay.
My father and my 2 brothers are still on the farm. I had the opportunity to leave back then, and it's taken me to where I am now. But going all the way back, I went to university, went to Glasgow. And then I actually did 4 years mechanical engineering, got my degree at Glasgow. I really enjoyed it, but wanted to specialise in something more agricultural. Okay. So got an opportunity to do a master's degree down at Harper Adams, which is a well-known university in England that very much specialised in the agricultural side, and did a master's degree in agricultural engineering.
Okay.
So that kept me busy until I was around about 22 years old, and then I left university and went back onto the farm for a bit and worked on the farm, worked with my father and my 2 brothers, and really enjoyed it. And in the meantime, I was working the summers at a local contractor as well. Okay. I think that's where really my passion for machinery kind of started to come alive. And I did 9 seasons for a local contractor, driving all sorts, as you can imagine. It was very busy. And then eventually I decided I didn't want to just do contracting in Scotland. Let's try a little bit in New Zealand. So
New Zealand
took a year out. Okay. Nearly, not quite a year, but nearly a year out, and went to the North Island of New Zealand. Myself and my brother actually went together, and we worked for a large contractor over there.
Okay.
What an experience! Brilliant experience. Absolutely loved it, and met a lot of new faces. He's a contractor people might know. John Austin was his name, and stood me in good stead for joining John Deere. So.
Of course, the Irish, English and Scottish, Welsh are all very much welcomed into that game in New Zealand, because it's the same type of setup, it's the same type of grass, it's the same type of, we won't call it hardship, but it is kind of the same. So they love to see us coming for that reason, because you fall into it, don't you?
Absolutely. It's home away from home.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing, even though you're 24 hours away, or it feels forever away really, it is home away from home. So in terms of, you could settle into it very quickly, and enjoyed it, and I would 100% recommend it to everybody, I think.
I don't think I've ever met anyone, I've never had the pleasure of going myself, but I don't think I've ever had, and we've had a good few lads here down through the years that have done it, I don't think I've ever met anyone that regretted it.
No, I wouldn't say so.
They'd say, you work every bit as hard as you do here, but you play hard obviously when you're out of the country like that. Sure, that's one of the benefits of being young, but any of them would comfortably go back again in the morning. They would. They definitely wouldn't. I've never heard anyone, no, don't do that, it's not the thing to do.
I'd say it's one of those ones you got to scratch the itch, and a lot of people do, and people come back, some people stay, right? And I was always wanting to come back. I had a kind of idea of what I wanted to do, and I came back to the farm, and we worked on the farm, worked a local contractor again for a bit.
What age are you at now at this stage?
Around about 24, 25, and kind of then realising, right, what do I want to do here? I love farming, I still do, still go back quite often on the farm, but had a had an itch, as they talk about. I wanted to work for a John Deere. I wanted to work for a manufacturer.
Yes.
And if I'm being honest, there was only one I wanted to work for. So I don't know how it happened exactly, but you know, these kind of things are always meant to be.
Don't question them too much.
No.
Yeah. Just
And
get on with it.
basically, I got put in contact with someone at John Deere. They said that, like, yeah, we've got our applications open for a role. It was called a management trainee role at the time, which was kind of entry-level job into John Deere. So I'd never applied for anything before. This was brand new to me. I thought, right, let's just give it a go, see how we get on. Obviously, I had my background, I had my university degree, I had experience, you know, but I didn't know if that would help me get this job. But went down, did this interview at Langer. Scary times, as you can imagine. Didn't know what to expect, and if I'm being honest, came away thinking, sure, give it a good go, but it looked like there's people there a lot better than I was. So, but fast forward, I think it wasn't too long actually, maybe a week, and then next thing got the call from someone. It was actually Gordon Day. I don't know if you remember Gordon Day.
I remember Gordon, yeah, gentleman. Yes.
So a gentleman, and he gave me a call and said, look, yep, we'd like you to start in August. That was, I think, August 2014. So that was I think 3 months until I had to start. So yeah, again, just got everything kind of together, went and actually finished, did a bit more contracting, and then started at John Deere.
Okay.
And yeah.
And were you based in Langer then at the time, or you were?
Yes, that is true. So I had to then.
So you had to move out of home. You had to get back down. So you had to, as well as a new job, you had new surroundings, new accommodation, obviously. Do you know what I mean? So you had a lot of changes in one.
That was, yeah, for me, that I say, you can imagine going to university kind of prepared you a bit for that. But sure, big thing moving down. But then I've stayed with.
Well, of course, going to New Zealand is fine
Yep.
because you're out of the country. But at the end of the day, you're happy to live out of a suitcase. You're at that age, and you know, well, I'm going home after a certain,
Exactly.
you know. But this was different. This was the start of phase 2.
Absolutely, and I think it was like, well, you had to. Right now, you're in the big boy league.
Yeah. Welcome to the world, Ross. Yeah,
exactly. The big bad world.
Yeah.
So I was lucky though. They put me in contact with Tony Applin, who worked at John Deere. She had been worked there. So Tony and Tim, and I stayed with them for a bit, and that was great because, as you say, a lot of change, a lot going on, new job, new people to meet, new surroundings. But they like kind of made me feel at home, you know. So I was like comfortable, and they gave me lots of advice, and I was very lucky to spend about a year and a half with them. So that stood me in good stead. So yeah, started off at John Deere in this management trainee role, and it was a role that basically meant that they moved you around the business. And so great role, something really lucky to do, and they kind of put me in a path all the way around, and it involved being involved in parts, being involved in sales, being involved in even a bit of service, just to get to know the business a bit better, and it really helped me meet people. But one of the major things that was happening around that time, and you might remember this as well, was we're launching a new product, and it kind of coincides nicely with what's happening today. We're launching the new 8000 series the very next year.
Okay, right, that's 14, 15?
14, 15, so yeah.
Jesus,
so one of the...
I don't know what age you feel, but I feel old.
So yeah.
It's 10 years ago now. Yeah.
That's right, because
10 years ago.
Within 2-3 weeks I was whisked off and went to Italy to see it being launched out there, and there was some customers out there. I really, you know, it was just, I was rubbing the headlights. I was like, oh, how lucky am I? You know, getting to fly out there so quickly and to get to see the machine. But little did I know that was the big plan, you know. Did all that, came back, and then eventually we went into a little of a maze demo campaign where I worked in a lot with the factory people and some people at Langer and things like that, and then eventually they said, right, we want you, we're going to, you've got a busy summer ahead, but before that you're going to go to Germany. And they sent me out to Germany for 3 months. It's a bit of a placement to get to know European headquarters, because if anyone doesn't know, like, our European headquarters in Mannheim at that point. So I went and I sat in the marketing department and kind of worked with those guys.
All the time here now you're working around harvesters. Is it like you've never really gone away from Like this was your plan. You had come from contracting now, so obviously they saw this in you.
Yep.
Hey, this guy is driven a harvester. He's been at the cold face.
Yep.
So this was the plan they had for you that they never told you about.
Well,
maybe they did, but like you all the time you were very, very close to harvesters.
Yeah, I think that type of contracting, that type of farming background, I think obviously helped for sure.
Of course it did. Yeah.
Like, not to say I still needed to learn that new machine and everything like that. I wasn't nowhere near perfect, but it was, again, must have been part of the bigger plan.
Yeah.
And then
which didn't bother you. Sure, obviously you had a love of it. So yeah,
it didn't take much. It wouldn't take anybody much convincing back then, I don't think. And sure enough, I have to say, going to Germany that quickly, I was just like, I guess it was a great thing because I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, I didn't expect to be going to Germany that fast. But spending 3 months, as you know, you can at least you're coming back, but you can enjoy it fully. And absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Loved every minute. Very privileged to get that opportunity. Then so that took us up to where we're up to now. About came back towards the end of April. Yep. And then that's when everything was starting to get going. Sure enough, the demo machines had arrived. And then next thing, I was sat down and I was like, right, this is the plan. You've basically got 6 months on the road. You've got a harvester here. I was working alongside one of my colleagues still with the business today, Mike Baker, and we both were basically tasked to get that machine out there to the dealers and show them it. And so I had an 8.6 wide body. It was the only one in the country for demo at that point. There was another machine, an 8.4, and then there's another bigger machine kicking around. So that was my machine, 8.6, sent out on the road and never looked back.
Went on to be one of the great machines of the fleet at the time, like
for
the 8.6.
Sure.
Definitely very popular, especially here in the Irish market anyway, definitely.
So it became one of the kind of best sellers.
It did.
And I demoed, I demoed everywhere. Like, if you name it, I'm sure I was there somewhere. And to be worked with a local transport company like Sid at Coys, at the time, and me and him just travelled the UK and Ireland.
Demoing in the UK then is very different to the season here in Ireland, because you cut an awful lot of maize over there, and it's not just for the forage side of it. Of course, you were feeding biomass plants were becoming more popular and things. So
exactly.
You know what I mean. You were able to push on the whole season. Here, it's very much the grass season here in May, June, through to July. Then a little bit of maize towards the end, but it's all forage based. That's the one thing I see about the UK. Harvesters are going.
Yeah.
Once you start in April.
Oh yeah.
There is a season there through to nearly October, isn't there?
It's non-stop, and that's something I learned. And you learn the different conditions. Our conditions differ north to south. Even coming over to Ireland, we had 2-3 weeks just dedicated in Ireland. Right from I was down in Kinsale to Wexford to up at Coleraine.
Conditions in this country vary. And we're only half the length of what you had over, so that you definitely, like, your home turf above in Scotland, but like you had a long way across England, taking in a bit of Wales then, which is a completely different planet as well, you know what I mean, when it comes to terrain and climate and everything. So you definitely saw it all in your tour.
Oh, I was very lucky. Like, I first want to say I was very lucky, and it took me, I think we ended up putting 600 or 700 hours on the machine, in demo, which is crazy for
a demo machine.
For a demo machine, that's like contractors do that in a season.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, that was good.
Well, aside from that, the logistics of putting that on a machine across a whole country, like, is just, you know.
I dread to think what it costs. Right? I didn't ever ask the question.
Right? No.
But at the end of the day, I think we had to get that machine out. The want, you'll know yourself. That was a huge change at the time.
It was a massive step.
A massive step.
So you've been through. You're there now. You've put the 8,000 on the scene. Of course, we've had the 9,000 series since.
Yep.
We'll jump all the way forward now 10 years,
yep.
And we're here today now with the F series. Like, yes. So you've this is your third launch to market.
It is, right? Yeah.
Has it changed anything different? No, it's still the same.
It's still
slog,
the same.
It's
still
process.
The same. You got to put the effort in. You got to get out to the customers. They got to see the machine for sure. We've got new features, we've got new technologies. It is exciting as always, and I've been very lucky that I've been also heavily involved in the testing phase. You know, in the previous 2 years up into this, very lucky to get a hold of a couple of machines to really help, like try and prove reliability. You know, go through that whole final testing phase. Which
yeah, I know you told me yesterday. At the moment, now we've an F series here in the on display here today, and it came from Poland to us.
Yes.
Made a few hiccups along the way, but we got it here. I think you told me there's 2 other machines on the market. One is constantly on test at the moment. Did you tell me there's up over 2,000 acres on it, or 2,000 hours on it? Sorry.
Yeah, just over 2,000 hours.
Continuous testing, like that's serious testing on any machine that you're launching into the market, isn't it?
And that's what we want to do. Like we chose that customer because we knew it would get hours in different conditions, starting from early April all the way. I think it's still even shopping this week. You know.
Okay.
Ensuring
that machine is in the UK, is it? Or
it's
in
the UK.
It's in the UK.
It's UK, and it's one of the largest machines we make, so one of the F9s. And then we also had a machine, contractor local to me, that was in grass mainly. And that was a smaller machine. Again, that was more of a finished article. So that was very much the last throes of just getting it right. So yeah, I've been involved in harvesters the whole time I've been at John Deere. I had a little foray into sprayers and combines, kind of as a specialist role, but no, I've been very lucky that
harvesters
are the...
Well, the next 12 months are going to be around this F-Series harvester. I know they don't actually officially go into production until November, but I even had a guy here this morning from south of the country who has one ordered already. So we know the next 12 months for you is push and promote that. Okay. What next for Ross Skimming though after that?
That's a very, very good question. I'm not sure.
I'll split that question. So firstly, what next in John Deere for Ross Skimming? Do you hope to stay at harvesters? Do you hope to stay? And then I'm going to go for the second part of it, which is forget about John Deere for a minute. What next for Ross Skimming?
Well, it's I guess the first part of the question, what next for Ross Skimming? I say I love what I do. Yes. You know, I feel like I'm in a very privileged position. That I'm sure many people would love to be in this position. So I don't take that for granted one bit. So I'll continue to do what I love doing. I think that's great. It's something I enjoy doing. I think if you wake up in the morning and you go to work knowing you're going to be doing something you want to do or you're going to enjoy doing, I think has made that a little bit easier. Okay. I guess for me personally, like I've got a wife. I've got my wife Naomi at home. I've got a little boy called Douglas now as well, who's growing really fast. So. Like, you know what's that like? It's just
you're not going to have time to do anything else.
No, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
My own daughter, my youngest daughter, was 18 the other day, and you'd love to say, that's it now, I'm finished, yeah, I'm over, but you're not. No. You're not. You know, and my wife says, stop cutting yourself. You know, it doesn't end there, so it doesn't. So,
it's like that, yeah.
So you're not going to have any time going forward to do anything else.
But I'd say I don't mind that. That's fine. I say I'm very lucky doing what I'm doing. So and then.
The travelling over and back and things doesn't bother you anymore, no? Still, as you get older, no?
It can be a challenge sometimes, but at the same, it comes with the territory, right? So,
it's funny, I had Derek Delahunty here in the cab a couple of weeks back, and Derek he's Irish, he's local to here, we'll say, but he's the Irish rep for the whole country for Lemkin, and he still loves to get into the car and going to maybe Donegal this morning or West Cork tomorrow. To solve a problem or sell a machine. Like, he has never lost it. He says I don't enjoy the trips to Germany and things as much as I used, but he said I just love to get into the car and the job. He said I couldn't see myself doing anything else. Like, and very much the same as you, Ross, and this is one of the things I suppose we like to try and get across in these sessions is you came from milking cows, and we keep trying to say this to lads, you know what I mean, you don't have to be qualified agricultural scientist to get into the game. Like,
no way.
Like, your college education got you in the door, but I knew Gordon Day well enough to know he was a serious judge of character. Yeah. He saw something in you today. Hey, this guy went to college, but he's still not afraid to get up on the silage harvester. Yeah. Do you know? And this is, I suppose, the one thing we try and encourage with lads here. Do you know? And we keep saying it. Every man in TFM here started on the floor. We've all moved on up along the line. Like Pat Costello makes a great statement. Like, he's the managing director now here or not the managing director, but the general manager here for TFM. he talks about the day he washed Jimmy Butler's car as an apprentice, like.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
it's the one thing we love to promote in these sessions here is that if you want to do it,
Yep.
it can be done.
Absolutely.
It can be done.
Yep.
It doesn't. If you want to go and be a demonstrator for John Deere, it can be done.
And that's one thing I'd say. Anything's possible. Just keep your head down, work hard, do the right job, I was just lucky. It'll happen. It'll happen. And if what's for you, I always live by this. What's for you won't go by you.
No, it's true.
And I think if you live by that mantra, it'll turn out well.
Ross Skimming, from the boys here on TFM, it's a pleasure working with you as always, and we hope you stay in the job for a long, long time. Stay coming over and back to us. Thank you very much for taking a couple of minutes to talk to us.
Thank you very much.